Hello, my name is Angel Saval, and I'm a peer mentor here for Student Support Services. Today, we'll be talking about how to navigate through Canvas. First, you want to open a web browser as I have opened, and you're going to go to the csustan.edu page. Once you get to the Stan State page, you're going to go ahead and click on the My Stan State so you can go ahead and log in. Once you log in, your screen should look like this, and you're going to scroll down and go to the Learning Management Systems. Once you get to the Learning Management Systems, you're going to go ahead and click on the Canvas icon. Once you click on the Canvas icon, you will need to log in again if it makes you do so. Log you in. The first part we're going to go over is the account. We're going to go over all of these side panels, but first, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start with the account. Once you click on an account, it should take you to a little side tab of this. In here, you can see your name, pronouns, the profile picture of you, this logout in order to log out, as well as several options to edit within the account option. We're going to only focus on notifications and profile, not the other ones. Those are not important or as useful as the first two. We will start off with notifications. Once you get to the notifications, it should take you to the account notification settings, in which you can edit how you receive notifications from Canvas. So there's a lot ranging from due dates, grading, announcements, comments, and all that things. You can do it for your email and push notifications. So what push notifications for all devices are is whatever device you have Canvas downloaded onto, you can choose how you would want to get notifications for them. So you can only do two options for devices. You can only do notify immediately or to not be notified at all. I would say leave all notifications on just in case. The worst is you get over notified rather than being under notified. For email, I always keep all of them to notify immediately. But if you don't want to go through and edit them and see what they are, I would say that at least the very two that you should have to always is going to be discussions. So if you have classes that regularly use discussion boards and you have to comment to certain people or you have to make posts by certain days, you would always want to keep these to notify immediately. So that way you know when someone posts or when someone comments on your post, and so you can go ahead and go reply to people. And then the main one is announcements. So announcements are whenever any professor makes an announcement, you can click on this to edit how you want to be notified. So if you are like me, I like to be notified immediately. However, if you want to be notified at the end of the day, so that way you have it at a certain time and seen all the notifications, or a weekly summary, or not to be notified at all. But again, like I said, I would like to be notified immediately, and I think those are the only two main ones. You can look through all of them, but those again are the main two I would suggest to look at. And now we can go ahead and click on profile. The profile is just to add a picture. I would say to add a picture because later on I'll be talking about the inbox as right here. And it's really helpful to have a picture, and I'll talk about that more later for the inbox. And then again, your name, your pronouns, contacts, you don't need to worry about that. Biography, you can add a biography if you want to. And links, you don't need to unless some classes require links like for assignments. But you click on edit profile, and then it just shows everything I went over, and then you can go ahead and edit stuff. So if you want to type a biography, go ahead and add links. And then to update it, you click save profile. And then that is all for the account section. The rest of these aren't really that important. The next one we'll go over is dashboard. Dashboard is useful, and this is probably where you would want to be at most of the time when you log in. So dashboard shows you all of your current classes you are enrolled in. So this is spring semester currently, so you can see some of my spring courses, as well as my fall courses from last semester. I believe courses stay on Canvas until the instructor disables them. So what that means is if an instructor no longer wants that to be seen on their end, I think that's how it works, and then they can disable the course, and then you won't be able to see it and go into them. Also, a to-do list is shown on the side. So it shows announcements. So sometimes announcements, which you can tell by this icon, are on there, as well as little assignments, which actually have like a little paper and pencil to help you differentiate. So, and then there's also a recent feedback. So whenever an assignment is graded or a test is graded, and if the professors leave comments, you can see them on this little recent feedback. So it's kind of a quicker glance at grades, and you can go ahead and look at them. And it shows again what was recently graded, so that way you can go and look at it. So then for the to-do list, there's a thing called show all. If you click on the show all, it updates your dashboard to something called, it uploads it to activity, which whenever an announcement or assignments are due, it puts them on like a list form sort of for the due date. And this is going to be the new dashboard. So let's say you click refresh and you want to stay on dashboard. It's going to keep you here. And the way to change it is to go ahead and click on the three little dots here and switch back to card view. And card view was the one we just went over. So if you again click on the three dots, list view is that one which shows the announcements, and it also shows like the assignments that are due on their day. It's a really nice view, but when we see the calendar, you'll see that's more better on the calendar than it is on here. The calendar just doesn't show the announcements. And then there's a third dashboard view called recent activity. And all it does is it just kind of puts the activity into one little panel. So announcements, conversations, and then assignment notifications. And then I would suggest to leave it as the card view just because for me it's more better. It shows courses, to-do list, and recent feedback. So it's, I think to me it looks like all three of those dashboards into one. So I would prefer this one, but if you preferred any of the other three, then you can go ahead and choose those ones. And now the next section is courses. So you click on the courses sidebar, and there's nothing more to this really. It just shows all of the courses that are on your Canvas page. You can click on all courses. So when you click all courses, it's going to show all the courses. So since Canvas was first used in the fall, the semester of the fall will be the first time that classes will start to appear. And you can see some of my classes here, and it says published no, because these professors that I had did not use Canvas. They used Blackboard, another learning management system. So their courses aren't published on Canvas. And then there's one right here, this one, Lifetime Fitness Training. That one wasn't even on Canvas or Blackboard. It was more of an email kind of class, like you just upload logs to him through email rather than using an actual learning management system. And then also on the courses tab, there is a thing called groups. So for me, I have two groups, and they're both from last semester. And what groups are is if the instructor of your class makes groups, whether it's for an assignment or then you can click on them for more information. But groups would also be showing up in the courses. And then groups also right here have their own tab. And then right here, the groups we just seen are also here. And you can click all groups and it just shows you a list of all groups, which we can go ahead and click. And it just shows all your groups. And it shows previous groups if they get disabled, I believe. Now the main feature is the calendar, and it is like a planner that they already make, so it's nice not having to rewrite them. But again, this is only for Canvas and classes that use Canvas and upload assignments and due dates onto Canvas, so that they are actually on the calendar. So you can see the month view of assignments. So the ones that are done are crossed out, so it's nice to see them. Instead of you having to cross them out, it's crossed out online. And then assignments that you haven't turned in yet, they are not crossed out. They are still shown, so you know this is what I have to do. And if you click on it, it shows like everything. So the class it's due for and the full name. And the due date. So that's a really nice feature of it. And it color codes the classes. So if you're trying to see what's this class for and you don't want to click on it, it should tell you right here. That's for lab because of the color coding. And then you can also edit the calendar to show a week view. So if you want to just look at this week rather than everything, it's a nicer view instead of like all clustered. And then you can go back to month view and you can see previous months. So if you want to see how much assignments was last month, and then you can look. And also this is a nice feature because let's say an instructor, because sometimes confusions do happen, say that you didn't have an assignment due, you can click on it, you can see it says I did it, and you can even look at it and refer back to that to see I did submit it. Why are they saying this? And to kind of go from there and see that I did do it and get that confirmation rather than having to go through Canvas, go to the courses, click on the course, and you can just see it from here. And then you can go back again. So back to the previous months, March, if you want to see how many assignments, February, and so forth. So this is a really nice feature. Now, another important feature that I would like about Canvas is the inbox section. This is kind of like an email built into Canvas. So on this side, I'm going to blur it out, but it should show it shows all of your emails. And let's say you want to compose an email to an instructor. You put let me show it again. It says here, compose a new message. This one, the pen in a circle. Click on it. And it's very easier to use than email. Rather than, let's say you don't know the instructor's email, you have to go through the syllabus, go find it, and then you type it into to Outlook, and then you select your email. Instead of doing that, if your instructor uses Canvas and prefers Canvas messaging, it's way easier. So all you do is go to select a course. So you have favorite courses, which shows all of them, or more courses if you cannot find it. So I would just go to favorite courses. I'll just say it's this class, calculus. And then you can choose who you want to send it to. So do you want to send it to your teacher, teaching assistants, students? So it also has the students. So if you want to email someone you know in the class, but maybe you don't know their email or phone number, then you can email them through here to ask them for help. Make a subject just as every email does. And then this is where you would compose your email and then click send. So it's a nicer feature because the email is built into Canvas. And then that is all for inbox. But again, this is a really nice feature. Um, then we have history. This isn't really important. It's just more of like anything that happens within Canvas, they're notified. So I think every time you log in, every page you go onto, it's sort of like, again, the history of anytime you log into Canvas and like go through Canvas and whenever stuff's graded, it just keeps track of it. And then this last one is called Student Info plus Canvas Help. It's actually a really nice page. I barely found out about this like a couple months ago. But if you click this called Student Support Services, it's not like the program we're in, but it actually takes you to a web page that has services for students, so student services. So it has departments, so the Academic Success Center, so that's for people who are undeclared, have an undeclared major or pre-nursing, and this is where you get advising. So it takes you to there instead of having to search through it and use the directory. You can just click on from Canvas to go to the student support services um, page, and then it also has other departments, how to make an online appointment. So they use I think this is Warrior Connects icon, their hours if they use evening ones, and how to contact them. And it has other stuff, so like the basic needs, campus recreation, the career center, cashiers, disability, EOP, enrollment services, financial aid, housing, learning commons, the university library, OIT, parking, promise scholars, psychological counseling service, student health center, the TRIO. So we are on this, the TRIO Student Support Services, undocumented student support services, Veterans Affairs, Warrior Cross Culture, and it ends here. And then you can also print this page if you wanted to keep it instead of having to come back and forth to it. So yeah, it's a really nice thing that's embedded into Canvas. Is like seeing all the services that are available to students, and it has the departments again, how to make an appointment, the hours if they have some in the evening, as well as contact information. And then if you go back to it, you can ask your instructor a question. I recently found out about this. So if you click on it, you can choose whatever course you're enrolled in, and it sends the email right to your instructor. So that if there's a teacher in it, so that's the professor, it'll send it to them as well as the teaching assistant. I'm not sure about this feature, the teaching assistant, but if there's teaching assistants in it, then they will also get this message, and then you can send it from here. But again, I would prefer using the inbox because I have never used this part, so I'm not sure if it works. So just stick to inbox, and you can even, if you're close with your professor, ask them like, "Oh, hey, there's this feature I want to try on Canvas. Can I do a test run with you or something around there?" And then there's also Ask a Librarian. So they have like a librarian. We can click on it to see. It takes you to the university's library page, and then it shows you like how to you can chat with the librarian if you need help with referencing, as well as taking you to their page. That's a nice feature as well. There's also Canvas Student Guide, so information on how to do anything in Canvas. So if you're stuck and you want to learn how to use Canvas, they actually put you to the Canvas page, and you can look at stuff. And then chat with Canvas support for students. So if you need any help with Canvas, something's wrong with yours, maybe the page is crashing, stuff's not loading, then you can use live chat. So you can like chat with someone rather than calling. And they also have the calling, how to report a problem, and submit a feature idea to Canvas. So if you have an idea about how they can improve it, then you can go ahead and click that. So we went over again all of the sidebars. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8 main features of Canvas on the side. I'll kind of do a recap. So again, on account, you can click on account. The 2 main things to choose are notifications and profile. You can edit your profile, so including a picture, your name, pronouns, and notifications. You can choose how you want to be notified within updates about Canvas, so assignments being graded, when professors send in announcements, and all of that. The dashboard just shows your courses, recent feedback, and a to-do list. And then courses again just shows your courses. It can show other courses you're enrolled in. And these courses may not be using Canvas, so it will say they're not published. You can see groups, then they would be here. Again, the calendar feature, which shows all of the assignments, and if they're due, crossed out, nice feature. The inbox again, so if you need to email your instructor, it's more easier if they prefer Canvas to use this because you don't have to look for their email. The history, which just shows in your login history, how many times, when stuff is graded, when announcements are made, it just keeps track of the history. And then the student info plus help. So the first 3 pertain to our university, and then the last like 5 are just relating to Canvas, the actual Canvas, not anything with the university. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching.